get into it. So we currently have Left 4 Dead up the top at the moment with a 20.623 and Oxchillo P2 only 15 thousandths of a second behind. ZK with a 20.8 and Viper as well on a 20.8 with Ferrari Pro. I think the streams... Yeah, okay. That's fine. Like, honestly, it's... What am I gonna do? Like, I can't do anything. We just... I think we're fine. So, who is yet to end? Okay, Ferrari Pro is on a lap, so we'll ride on board for the moment with him heading down towards the triple right-hander in the final sector. He is up by nearly a tenth of a second on his time. He has gone purple in that middle sector, so we'll see what he can do and what time there is to find in these final couple of corners. Nice final corner there for him, burned down to about 14%. And then I want to explode out of this final corner and burn the rest of that battery and up to the line. It's going to be a 20.7 with a 1.5 tenth improvement. So that's a good lap there from Ferrari Pro. Oxchillo is starting his lap, followed by a Ferrari of ZK as well. So we'll see what Oxchillo can do. Left 4 Dead's also on an out lap at the moment. I was going to look at the championship standings, but I don't think we're going to have the time to do that right now, like between everyone's laps. Going into from now into the final laps. Yeah, it's a good lap, but we also have drivers yet to do laps as well. So we'll see what happens, but it's the exact same thing as at Baku. It was a very good lap. Like a 20.4 will literally, like what he did last night before the lobby restart, would get him into pole position at the moment. But no one needs to go to Tier 1 as of now. There's only not many rounds left in the season. He's having a go. So... Oh no, Oxchillo is invalidated. And that was probably a chance to go fastest. And ZK is also invalidated as well. We'll see what Ox would have done. Yeah, he would have gone fastest there. So it's all up to Left 4 Dead. All eyes on the team principal of RB, currently leading the overalls. Once again, he has found himself a new full-time teammate. You've heard it here from the pouch times. Jono goes fastest. It's a 20.5. The new championship leader goes to the top. And Left 4 Dead, though, he's up by nearly 0.3 of a second. So, can he extend the margin in quality at the moment? He had provisional pole before Jono, and he's about to snatch it right back off of him. Up to the line he goes, and it's a 20.307. And that is provisional pole for Left 4 Dead. What a lap. So everyone's coming into the pits. Wingy is P7 at the moment. Exactly. He's put in the practice, so... But yeah, what was I saying? We've heard it here from rumours around... Well, not rumours, it's official from the Pouch Times. And the World of Wallaby Racing League. F1NZ has joined back into Wallaby. And he's now full-time for RB with Left 4 Dead. Where have I seen this before? Where Left 4 Dead snatches up a very, very solid teammate halfway through the season. If you're around in Season 7, you would know the lore behind that. Snatching up Campbell Adams and the rest is history. You can say, will we see a repeat of that? Up to the line is P7 for F1NZ, Fraser Clegg. But yeah, he's got himself a very good teammate now after having Jack Humphries last week reserved for him. And speaking of Jack Humphries, he is racing again tonight for Red Bull, and Hilly as well, reserving in the Aston. So, and Noodles as well. I think I said that before, unless my mic was muted at the first stream. But yeah, Noodles is here racing, reserving for Sauber. So this is a very solid team that we got as well at Sauber, looking to mount a challenge between Red Bull for that Constructors' Championship lead, with Abyss not racing tonight. So we'll have a quick look at the standings before we go, and the results from last week. So Viper took the first race, Potato second, Jono third. We had Jono take the lead of the championship. It is close, very close. Potato moves up to P2, and we'll quickly show the... Oh, it's not the right one. That's not the right one. That is the right one. There's our reverse results. Stamps 982. I think you can add me. I don't know if I have you added, Meowsy. If not, add me. My name's... I'll type it in the chat. You can add me and I can send you an invite. But if I don't have you added... I don't know if I scrolled past it. I don't think I have you added. But I'll quickly get off that. But yeah, I've put my EA in the chat. Send me a request and I will invite you. Andre has crashed out and retired from the session. I don't know what happened there, but he is done. So, yeah, that will be his session done. P12 at best for Andre. Oh, come on, communicating. Yeah, I don't think I have Meowsy added. Oh, he's here anyway. Lovely. Perfect. So, we'll be able to get into a car and get out there with little time remaining we have in this session. Ferrari Pro is starting his lap, so we'll go on board with him for now. He has got 4 tenths to find if he wants to take pole here at Qatar. We'll see what his first sector is like at the end of this little double right-hander towards the hairpin. He is down by 6 1,000ths of a second, so he's got quite a bit of time to find throughout the rest of the lap. Can he do it? We've got drivers starting laps now. The Red Bull of Viper, P3 in the championship, was the leader. But after the unfortunate race in the reverse layout, Potato and Jono did capitalise and are now within a hot pursuit of this title charge, along with the likes of Left 4 Dead and Oxchillo also getting involved. It's really anyone's to play for. And unfortunately for Ferrari Pro, he will not be in it for pole now. He has invalidated. So we got Oxchillo and Jono starting the laps. ZK has started. Bremer has started as well. I think he's actually finished his lap. So 20.8 for Bremer. Sammy goes 9th fastest. He'll be done. Oxchillo in the first sector. We'll see how he goes. And he is up by 2.5 tenths. This is what he needs so far. What can Left 4 Dead do? What can Jono do as well? Jono's up. Noodles has invalidated. He's done. ZK is, I don't know where he was going in the first sector. Left for dead in the first sector. He's found time, 13 thousandths of a second. Can he have a shot of improving his time for pole? Oxchillo, can he avoid invalidating now again? What can he do coming out of the penultimate corner? He's solid. He stays within the lines. Jono up to the line. Can he dethrone Lefty for pole? He cannot. It's an improvement, but it's not enough. What about Oxchillo? Up to the line it is. It's a 20.2. It's provisional pole for Oxchillo. Can he take it? What can Lefty do? Does he have a response? The team principal of RB. Can he do it? Rounding the final corner now. He was up on his time by a little bit. He needs just 400ths of a second. Can he do it? He cannot. It is Oxchillo on pole position as it stands. But what about Finns? No, he can't do it. Sammy's done. So it's Oxchillo on pole here at Qatar. Brilliant lap there from Ox. And sets himself up for potentially, can he win for the second race in a row for the first time in his Wallaby career? So there's our quali results. It's close between the top two, all to play for in this race. And it looks like those two will be the ones to watch. Jack Humphreys P5, ZK P4, great laps from those two. And also Bremer P8 in his tier 1 tryout. I guess you can, well, not tryout, but he is reserving due to the not enough cars. So we've got an exciting race ahead of us. So it's going to be very exciting. So get ready, everyone. Exciting end to qualifying here. Let us know who you think is going to take this one out. It's 29 laps, I think. Or it might be 27 laps. But it could even be 28, I actually don't know. But we'll find out when we get underway. So yeah, it was a brilliant lap from Ox to take it. I wasn't expecting a 20.2. That is a ridiculously fast time. So, especially under the circumstances he was in, it was a lap that was needed. He needed that time to take pole. And he was able to snatch it away from Lefty, who unfortunately he was set for the win last week. But anyway, we're on for 5 red lights here at Qatar. And we are underway. Long hold, but it's a good start there from Ox. Viper, I think, has had troubles at the back. He's unable to get going. And it's Jono under pressure. Or Lefty down under pressure from Jono. Jono's going to go around the outside into turn 1. Lefty trying to force him on the outside. Hard work, and he gets it done. So not a very good start from Left for Dead, but Jono gets it done. ZK having a look on the outside of Ferrari Pro. He won't be able to get it done. Bremer is looking for it. We're going 3 wide down the back there. Jack Humphreys as well getting past Bremer for 7th place. And it's Oxchillo who leads this one. But great start from Jono. Great start from ZK as well, putting under pressure. Wingy Woo off to a good start too. It's fairly congested here. As down the inside goes Wingy Woo, trying to have a look on F1 and Z, but cannot get it done. So here we go. Mediums looks like the play here. Medium hard, hard medium. There's only 2 guys on the hard tyres, and that is Sammy and Hilly. Hilly down the back. Viper, I don't know what happened to him at the start, but he got absolutely nowhere. He went nowhere off the start. Rylo gets a penalty already. That's not what you want to see on lap 1. It is easy to get on-track warnings here. And unfortunately for Rylo, he's picked it up very, very early here. So Oxchillo leads from Jono, from Left 4 Dead, Ferrari Pro ZK, and rounds out our top 5. Noodles in P6, and then you have Jack Humphreys in 7th, with Bremer 8, F1NZ 9th, and Wingy Woo rounding out our top 10. See the tires, please? Yeah, I've got it up for you. And I will continue to lead this up for the majority of the races. Jack Humphreys gets a penalty as well. Lap 2, and he's going wide everywhere. That is a penalty. And plus another warning as Bremer locks the rears and spins round. That is not what you want to see from the Alpine driver. And unfortunately for him, that is a big lock up there, causing him to spin before the corner. So down he plummets. Oxchillo looking to try and break away. A bit of a gap there to Jono, however. Jono able to stay within that DRS. It's going to be a fairly managing race here. It's not easy to pass. There are opportunities, but in Tier 1, it's all about just staying in this train and sticking with the guys in front of you and having that chance when it really at the right time, because as we've seen, the last time these guys raced here was last season. As well, Jono goes for the switch to the lead. We will see that quite a few times this race, I'm sure, down that main straight. The only DRS straight on this track, so it is very crucial to get overtakes done really there, because especially on the last lap, second place is where you want to be, as it's not that easy to pass, especially with dirty air on this game. And that could influence as well the reason why drivers are going off track and getting those warnings and penalties for 2 drivers already. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal at all for Bremer, but he can recollect himself and get back up there. It's just a bit unfortunate for him considering how well he was doing in P8, but anyway, so Jono leads this race. Look at position gains. 2 position gains for Jono, who's had a flying start. Ferrari Pro, I didn't realise he had a brilliant start as well. Up 2 places off the start. Noodles up 1, and Wingy Woo up 3, with Meowsy up 6 spots. So, great start from Meowsy. I don't think he's raced in Wallaby before. I might be wrong. But yeah, 6 position gains off the start is of, hey, definitely want to start this race. And especially on his either his return race to Wallaby or his first race. But he is no stranger to league racing in this community in Australia, New Zealand leagues. So Oxchillo wasn't able to get past Jono that time around, just sitting back in the DRS. He's probably in the best position at the moment. Around lap 11 or 12, we will see people start to pit, I'd say. It is tricky with tyres here to manage. Qatar is not a very easy circuit, and the one stop is the way to go. But can they get to the end? That's the question. In ideal, optimal tyre degradation windows, people do not want to see themselves getting punctures, and it can happen, especially at a track like this. Track temp's high, degradation's high. It's very easy to get tyre wear and ultimately punctures if you are not careful. But we won't see that until towards the end of this race. As Bremer gets a penalty, he joins Jack Humphreys and Rylo in the drivers who have gotten penalties. Goes bad to worse for Bremer. Any position changes? No, everyone just following through in the DRS, except Meowsy trying to have a look at Flubber's 12th place, but he can't get it done just yet. He'll have to wait at least 1 lap longer. penalty. Not too much going on at the moment, and unfortunately it's going to be like this. Flubber gets a penalty. This is what's going to be interesting though, to see how things stand after this race with penalties. And it looks like JDR Mr. Thunder is starting to back up this pack as he's almost fallen out of DRS of the top 10. That would not be ideal for him. He's able to stay in it just enough, but Flubber and Meowsy might want to start thinking about getting a wriggle on and getting past the halves of Mr. Thunder if they want a chance of staying within this top 10 train. The whole grid is all in one DRS train. That is something. No one's fallen out of the train except Hilly's just barely hanging on. And I think he actually has fallen out of it, so he might still have it, I'm not sure. But he is on hard tyres, so fair enough. But yeah, he has fallen out of it. So it was the whole field. Matt Hilly is no longer a part of the whole DRS train between everyone. As same with MJ Roller, who has fallen back, but I think he's back in it anyway now. And then Bremer was able to get past MJ Roller. So Roller was struggling, and Bremer saw a chance and he got the move done. So he's up to 15th and into the points. Here at Wallaby, it's top 15 get points. Maybe at the end of the race should be the request. So yeah. We should have everyone, to be honest. I think it's, unless we have some people that retire in the pits, I don't see anyone retiring from this race, as it is very hard to DNF at Qatar if you're not like doing it on purpose. There aren't many walls around here that are in close vicinity of the track. And it's another penalty for Bremer. That is 6 seconds added to his time. Yeah, you can pull it off, but in Tier 1 I don't think it's worth it. Especially with what most of the drivers are going to be doing, they will be able to do it in the one stop, I think. It's close with tyres, but I don't think it's viable for Tier 1 standards. Unless there's a safety car, obviously, then yeah, put that into the equation. But at the moment, I think the majority of the drivers are going to be going for a one-stop strategy as Meowsy gets a penalty. That is the 5th driver to pick up a penalty, and we're only 7 laps into this race. So that is quite interesting. Yeah, it is definitely difficult. That is for sure. If they pit lap 11 or 12, I think they can make it. It's just going to be tricky. Their tyres will be in trouble by the end of it, though. The hards. We'll see how Sammy goes, because he's in the top 10 at the moment on the hards, and he's going for a hard medium by the looks of things. And interestingly, JDR has fallen out of DRS, so the top 10 have split each other up, and now that leaves all these guys out of it. And unfortunately for Viper, that poor start, whatever happened off the start, is that costing him his championship. Potato not being able to race, as we see Flubber getting the move done. JDR's going to try fight. He's going to hold it on the outside, but he does not have the grip compared to Flubber, and Flubber gets the job done. He wants to try and get back into DRS range of the top 10, and I'm sure the others will too. I'm not sure, but Meowsy looks like he will want to try and get the job done and get past his teammate as soon as possible. Oh, Morgie, thank you for the 45 bits. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So Jono still leads this race. Oxchillo P2. Left 4 Dead P3. Everyone's stayed the same. The top 10 is the same. And Flubber has done a brilliant job of getting back into DRS range. Those medium tyres, he is working them well, and he's got some pace. Does that McLaren, so will he want to try and get past Sammy? If he gets up to him, will he have a chance to get past him? But he's gone back into DRS range, so great pace there. Great lap from Flubber to get back into DRS range. I do not want to cheer bits. I don't have any bits to cheer. Show all. How do I do it? I'm going to get off. Trying to do that. Right. There we go. Oh, I scrolled up. Oh, and that's 6 seconds for Flubber. Unfortunately, probably pushed a bit too hard with track limits and catching back up, and he's gotten another penalty. That is 6 seconds, I believe. Yeah, it is 6 seconds for Flubber. Unfortunately for him. 20 laps to go in this race. We will see drivers start to pit over the next few laps. So get ready. We will start to see a bit of strategy getting involved. This is where the race begins to get a little bit more exciting than it has been so far. And next week we are off to Zandvoort for Tier 4 and Tier 2 and Tier 1 for a back-to-back round with the normal layout and the reverse layout. And I see someone piling into the pits. That is the Haas of Meowsy, so he's coming in early, and so is Rilo. But yeah, everyone but Tier 3, as Tier 3 raced earlier in the season. They will have a week off, as this weekend is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix IRL, which means with the start time, Tier 3 is not able to run, so that's why they did Zandvoort so early. Ferrari Pro gets a penalty, 4th place, and unfortunately trying to stay within DRS, he's fallen out of it, so ZK is going to want to try and get past him as soon as possible. Andre gets a penalty down in 16th. But it's now the top 3 that can run away here, unfortunately for ZK and Noodles and all of these guys in the top 11. But Ferrari Pro has cost them a chance of a podium at this point in time. So do they want to think of the undercut? Pitting early, pitting maybe this lap, next lap? Because I think that's what they're going to have to do. Tier 2. Yeah, fair enough. Hopefully get a seat. Can I get my phone into... I should be fine. Let's plug it out of the charge. What are we on? We're on 14%. Should be right. We'll be able to make it. So, people are coming in, and then I was right. All of these guys are coming into the pits, so most of these guys are in that little group behind Ferrari Pro have pitted, so they're going to look to try and get the undercut on the remaining top 3 to try and get back into the fight for the race win. Give it a go. Because obviously things can change. Like, if you're too slow for Tier 2, then they can put you Tier 3. But just give it a go. You're in, I think, if you're in both, I think you've got the roles for both. So just give Tier 2 a go, and if you're enjoying it, then if you get a seat, you should get a seat, because unless everyone checks in. But yeah, just try your best. And if you're enjoying it more, then yeah, stick around. Just try out both. 10 flat. So Jono tries to do a fake. Oxchilla is coming in. Doesn't want to speed in the pit. So Oxchilla's coming in a bit early compared to Left 4 Dead and Jono. They choose to stay out a bit longer, which is very interesting. I don't know if they think they can get to the end on the way they go at this rate. So Jack Humphreys putting F1 and Z under a bit of pressure there. Where does Oxchillo come out compared to Ferrari Pro and ZK? He's actually gotten an overcut. you can say. I think they're about, yeah, he's quite far ahead. So they've lost a bit of time, these guys, compared to Oxchillo. So Ox has done well, but will have to do warm up with those cold hard tires. So it looks like could even be the overcut that's more powerful. However, we shall see when these two come in. That will be the real test to see what happens for our top two if Oxchillo comes out ahead, behind, or right smack bang in between like it was before. So, will we see our race leader, Jono, come into the pits? He does, and I'm sure Left 4 Dead. No, he stays out. He's going to go one more. So very interesting then. Both RBs choose to stay out. Very, very, very interesting. So, it's a RB1-2 as it stands. I don't think we've said that at all this season, to be honest. So, good things are coming their way. How about this then? Where's Jono coming out? He's going to come out ahead of Ox. It's going to be close in terms of being in DRS range, but the overcut hasn't worked, or has worked, essentially, for Jono. The undercut hasn't worked for Ox. So, however, what can they do against Left 4 Dead? Is the DRS that much powerful that they're giving the advantage down those straights? Andre gets another penalty. I saw he did get one for speeding before. So does that put Left 4 Dead under pressure? Then, yeah, neither RBs have pitted, so they've got it. One of them has to come in this lap. They might even be able to pull off a double stack considering the gap is 4 seconds. But surely one of them has to come in this lap. There's only about 16 laps to go. Yep, Left 4 Dead comes in, the race leader. Don't want to speed like last time. He is all good. So, F1NZ stays out. So does Jack Humphries and Sammy, of course. The hard tyre runners will stay out. Hilly will get past Left 4 Dead. But how about this? Jono and Ox. Will they get past Left 4 Dead coming out of the pits? It's going to be a chase down the main straight. Lefty approaching the pit exit line. Jono will get past and Oxchillo will get past as well. And Left 4 Dead will be smack bang in between. And look here. Ferrari Pro is back in DRS range with Lefty. And I'm sure Lefty will catch back up eventually. He's out of DRS now, but you probably will find it back to get back in DRS range. But he'll be bringing the likes of Ferrari Pro ZK and Noodles with him. Very, very interesting here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or it'll be 7 now because Andre has retired in the pits. Get to leader? Sure thing. So at the moment, Jono 17.8 seconds behind F1NZ. So we'll see where he actually comes out. Has this overcut worked for him? Jack Humphries is coming in as well. We'll see how this goes for them. Will they be in this battle within for these positions here? Alright, let's have a look. So he's coming out now. They're all crossing the line. He'll come out behind the Haas. I think they're going to come out behind Meowsy. They both will, and maybe even Wingy Woo. Jack will come out behind Wingy. Wingy's going to try go around the outside of F1NZ. This is not what he's going to want, but Wingy gets it done. So, Wingy up to P10. Getting past those two with the pit stop. And now Lefty's chance to try and charge back into DRS range. Unfortunately, he's got a bit of work to do. The gap's 1.1. He needs to find 1.5 tenths. Hopefully he can find that in the middle and final sector for him. He wants to chance of getting back into it, which looks like it has. So, top 8, well, top 6 it'll be, because these two are still yet to pit. Sammy and Hilly, they will stay out a little bit longer, and Hilly's also going to give John a bit of a DRS helping hand down this main straight. Yeah, exactly. Not worth trying to fight Wingy at the moment coming out of the pits. So he can let those tyres warm up and go again as Bremer. Something happened. No, nothing's really happened. So actually, left for dead. Something has happened. He's gotten past. What's happened to Jono? Jono's fallen back to 8th. I think Hilly might have caused a kerfuffle when coming into the pits, and that has put Left for Dead into the lead with Jono down to 8th. I think, yeah, Hilly, he's coming into the pits, has caused something. And unfortunately for Jono, he's fallen down to 8th. I wasn't sure what happened because how congested it was, and Bremer getting a penalty as well. So much happening has now put the RB back into the lead of this race. And now it's on track as well. Penalties galore. Jack Humphreys picks up his second, down to 11th. But that makes things... That's unfortunate for Jono. He was well and truly in the hunt for the win this race. Now he's got lots of work to do if he wants to catch back up and have a chance of it. So, I feel like... Yeah, it's Bremer's 3rd. Ralo's 4th. Second for Jack and Flubber. They've got 2, 1 for Ferrari Pro and Niazi and MJ Roller. ZK looking to put Ferrari Pro under some pressure. He's on for a good result. Is ZK. Best result of the season is P3, achieved at Spa. His first Tier 1 podium in Wallaby since Season 7, I don't think he got one last season. I don't know, usually the game likes to be very different with how many penalties you get till you get disqualified, but it's usually probably about over 20 over 20 seconds, and you get disqualified. Well, it's probably more than that, to be honest with you. More than 20 seconds, I'd say, like 30 or a bit over 25, 21, I'm not sure. It's happened before though, where drivers have gotten disqualified. I think, I might be wrong, but... So Sammy's coming in. He'll be behind these guys, but on medium tyres, so he'll be able to go to the end. Probably comfortably, you could say. 11 laps to the end. He'll be happy with that. So onto lap 18 we go. Left for Dead holds the lead. Yeah, plus the 2 other chances you get between each penalty, like the 2 warnings you get. So I think Rale's fine, to be honest. He's just going to fall back and probably drop to last, but... Bremer up to 12th. And Ferrari Pro has dropped back again, out of DRS. So it's just the top 2. And Viper gets a penalty. And unfortunately for him, that'll put him out of the... No, that'll put him 15th. Massive blow these last couple of weeks for Viper. And Lefty is flying as Riley gets a penalty again as Flubber has spun. But Oxchillo fighting for his life to stay in DRS. Lefty has taken the lead. It's absolutely flying away. That's another penalty for Ferrari Pro. That's 6 seconds. I think that's even... Yeah, it's just 6. But Lefty is flying. Is this a return to his former self after a tricky start to the season? He was able to capture I think he's had 2 wins now, or at least 1 win. I know he won at Vegas. I will try to interview again. I've closed Discord, but that's because of the internet problem. But we haven't had any problems since, so we might be able to get some interviews in, hopefully. I would like to get interviews in. That's what a top 3 we have. I don't think these 3, I wonder if these 3 have ever shared the podium together. All 3 of them. I think they have before. I think actually they have. But it was a long time ago. The 2 brothers, P2 and P3, and our 3-time defending champion, P1 at the moment, and Noodles as well, looking to grab P4. It'll be a great day for Sauber, and it'll be positives at the moment, at this moment in time, for Racing Bulls as they look to charge down another overalls championship title with Left 4 Dead. It will be, hang on, 5, 6, 7, it'll be 5 in a row if they get it, and they currently are set to do it at this rate. But the recent challenges from the likes of Haas and Red Bull, and even Kick Sauber, you could say too, have definitely raised some eyebrows. But with some results this week that have come RB's way, and also down at Haas as well, I think Haas as well, it's making the overalls closer than it's ever been before, since all the way back in its introduction in Season 4. Won by Ferrari of Easy Reaper TV, I think it was, or it was Alfa Romeo of Easy Reaper TV, I'm not sure. But since then, it's all been Left 4 Dead clinching all of 4 of the last overalls titles. 3 of them in a row being won by, with over 2,000 points in the bag, over at the top of the table. So, but this season things have been different, and it's been a bit closer after the start of the season. The other teams have caught back up. It's making things a little bit exciting. But will we see that come at the end of the season? We'll have 5 rounds left to go in the season. We're going to have some changes though. Obviously Tier 2 unfortunately did not race last night due to the lobby getting cooked due to servers being down midway through qualifying. So Tier 2 Qatar will be moved to within our 2 week breaks, with the NRL Grand Final and also the Bathurst 1000 weekend. Tier 2 obviously not being affected by that. So they will be racing once again in that week, that second week break, October 14th I think it is. And they will return to Qatar to hopefully get a race in. Riley has retired and left. Unfortunate for him, things weren't going his way, you could say. And it's now Left 4 Dead's race to lose, if I'm being honest here. He is absolutely flying away. He's capitalised from whatever happened down on the pit entry a few laps ago. And it's unfortunate for Jono, because he had a big shot for the win here. And could that be costly for his championship? He's trying to capitalise on every single point he can, because his championship rival, Potato, is not racing. That's a nice move there. At turn 1 for P6 on Meowsy. But like I said, his championship rival Potato not racing, and Viper down in P12. He's got to capitalise and try to get as many points as he possibly can. And he was set for at least a P3, at least the top 3. Any result in the top 3, it was looking good for him. But can he make more up? Because the rising charge the last 2 weeks between these two, Oxchillo has been finding pace, Left 4 Dead's been finding pace again. It's great to see these two back up where they should be. As we know, oh, I didn't even realize Hilly left. I'm so sorry. But these two turning off line going into this season mounts a big challenge for them, new challenge for those two, and they've taken it well, and they have absolutely proven to the other grid today that they are coming for that championship. They may have lost some points in some crucial rounds earlier on, but with what will be 5 races to go, or 5 rounds to go, 6 races including the Netherlands back-to-back next week, they are on a mission, and that is to capture potential championship. Jono around the outside of Noodles. Noodles is not having any of it, and he wants to defend that position, but Jono is close. He wants to get the move done, but he can't force it through just yet. Will the McLaren of Semi have a look on the inside as Noodles gets a penalty? That's unfortunate for him. That will help Jono. That will also help Wingy. Wingy has a shot for a good result here as well. If he pulls this off, if he stays here, P5 for Wingy Woo at this rate, and Jono will be P4. But things can change. I believe Rylo's out. Yeah, he did retire in the pits. Sped in the pits and retired from there. As Hilly has retired in the pits as well. Things not going too well for the Aston Martin reserve. As the crowd are going crazy at something. A big gasp in the crowd there, but if things go the way, I don't know how the championship will look after this, but Jono should still be leading. And that'll look good for him in his bid for a first ever championship in Wallaby. Whoever wins that isn't Left 4 Dead, believe it or not, will be a brand new Tier 1 champion in the league. That isn't on the grid today. Season 1, I don't, well, there wasn't proper Tier 1 until Season 3, you could say. Won by J-Rad, who isn't full-time on the grid today. Season 4 won by Oz Curtis. And Season 5 won by Ryan97. Season 6 won by Left 4 Dead. Season 7 and Season 8 also won by Left 4 Dead. So anyone else who can take it out will be a brand new champion. Oxchillo has had success in Rapid Racing League, our partner league. He's won 2 championships in a row over there. A tough start to the season for him this time around, but he's finding his feet again. We'll be back-to-back P2s in 2 nights this week, so great to see him finding his form again. And ZK as well, he's been having a great race. Tough last few races for him. And if he can pull off a podium, that'll be really good for him, and I'm sure he'll be happy with that. But Jono is trying again on Noodles. Noodles is not having any of it. He is trying to defend as much as he can to hold on to that P5 on track. Jono's probably livid right now. Like, get out of the way. You've got a penalty. Just get out of the way, mate. But Noodles, he's not having any of it, and he wants this P5 on track. We'll have 4 laps remaining at the end of this lap. The gap's now 5.5 seconds. Left 4 Dead is flying at the moment. And Oxchillo 3.5 seconds ahead of ZK. It's just survive from here, hold on. Because no matter what happens, they just got to bring it home from here. Both of these two. ZK's under a bit of pressure from Ferrari Pro, but with the penalties, he should be fine. Unless something happens with Jono and he gets past. But with the defensive efforts from Noodles so far, see what Jono can do. He's burning all his battery to try and get it done. He's going to maybe pull off a dive bomb. He tries to fake it, but he can't do it. burning all the battery. He wants this position, but Noodles is defending it very, very well with battery management and also racecraft as well. The likes of F1 and Z and Wingy Woo asked to gain quite a few positions here with the penalties. And for these guys, it's just whatever they can do on track. It's just on track for them, except for the guys who've got 6 seconds and Bremer with 12. So, not much happening. We just probably watch this battle, I guess, here, because there's not really much happening from here now. Jono will look to try and get past Noodles again. He has got significantly more battery. Yeah, it is so tricky to pass. And I thought Jono got a penalty there, as it looked like he cut that penultimate corner a bit there, but it was JDR getting a penalty. However, oh, big slide out of the final corner. Jono might have a chance here, because Noodles doesn't have a lot of battery. And it looks like Jono's going to prove us wrong. And he will go through and up into 5th place. It doesn't matter with the penalties, so he was going to get it anyway. But he has a chance. If he can get past Ferrari Pro, he might have a shot at P3. Which I'm sure that's what he would want. Considering how, whatever happened, I'm really interested to see what happened. Maybe we'll see a stewards report after the race. But I'm honestly really, really interested in seeing what happened between the top 3 and Hilly. I can only imagine Hilly was maybe trying to come into the pits and he caused something causing Jono to spin, or I don't know. I really don't know. Ooh, that's another penalty for Noodles. That is 6 seconds. That will benefit Meowsy as Noodles coming in. He could have had a chance for a better result. He's coming in. Looks like he's going for fastest lap. Very interesting. Sammy's going to have a look at Jack Humphreys. Jack's going to defend. A bit of a late move. But all the way around the outside goes the McLaren. He goes off track. And he doesn't get it. He can't do it. Defensive masterclass so far for Jack Humphreys for P9 as it stands at the moment. I know Josh is Noodles. That's the only reason why I call him that. And most of the community know him as Noodles, but for new people, I should probably call him that. But I know what you mean. It would be confusing, but yeah. Thomas Reed's Left for Dead, and I know he doesn't mind that I call him that on stream. Mick Jammies, Meowsy. I don't know what he thinks about being called that. Fraser Cleggs, F1 and Z, Jack Humphreys, that's his name. And Josh Ioannidis is Noodles. That's what I know. But we're heading on to the last lap here. It has been a bit of a masterclass drive from Left 4 Dead tonight. He had a chance for pole. He wasn't able to pull it off. P2 in quali. He got jumped off the start by Jono in the Mercedes. Who's, speaking of Jono, he is mounting a potential pass for ZK, but it looks like the Ferrari might hold on. He might just get it. It's alright, Hilly. Don't stress. So, Left 4 Dead dominant drive tonight. Got jumped off the start by Jono, and he was behind after the pit stops, but he capitalized off whatever happened. between Jono and Oxchillo. And since then, he's put no foot wrong, and he's absolutely rocketed away into the distance, showing a bit of a performance like his prime self. And he's proven today that he is back. It's Left 4 Dead to win here at Qatar. A masterclass of a drive for the RB. Oxchillo, a great drive from him as well. He'll be very happy with that. P2 as well. And ZK on the podium. What a top three we have. Jono P4, Wingy Woo P5. I think that's a new best result of the season for him. F1 and Z P6, Ferrari Pro 7th, Viper 8th, Jack Humphreys 9th, Sammy and 10th. It's cool carnage across the line. Meowsy 11th, MJ Roller 12th, Flubber 13th, 14th Bremer, and Noodles does get fastest lap, crossing the line for the final points position. There it is. I'll get results and then I'll try to get interviews in. Because I don't want to tab out the game and not get results, because we need to get the gaps. So here we go. Driver of the day, McJammy. Fastest lap Noodles, most overtakes, cleanest driver. And look at that. Lots of penalties. I'll get all the results. Boom. There we go. So Left 4 Dead does take out the win. From second on the grid, Oxchillo pole down to second. ZK fourth to third. Jono, good fight back, honestly, from him. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Unfortunately, he had a chance of the win thrown away, but nothing to take away from our race winner today.